Tere pavas, minunimion Yani.
Ciao Milano and Judy.
Ciao, mina olen Raymond.
Vau, lõpuks ometi maandusime me Eestis. Muide, minu nimi on Mark.
This is Estonia, a land of virgin forests, intense swamp, and a rich medieval history. Estonia is a country in Northern Europe which borders with Russia and Latvia, as well as Sweden and Finland over the sea, including more than 1,500 islands. Its diverse terrain spawns rocky beaches, oak-grove forests, and many lakes. Formerly part of the Soviet Union, it's dotted with castles, churches, and hilltop fortresses. The capital, Tallinn, is known for its preserved old town, museums, and the 314 meters high Tallinn TV tower, which had an observation deck.
Estonia is one of the oldest cultures in the world. The first Estonian ancestors settled here more than 10,000 years ago. Since then, the nature, spirituality, and music have played a major role in the cultural life of the Estonians. After the Estonian Viking era ended, the medieval Estonia was constantly confronted by Danes, Swedes, Germans, and Russians. Therefore, Estonian culture has strong cultural influences from that time. The Republic of Estonia has been an independent state since 1980, shortly interrupted by the half of a century-long Soviet occupation following the World War II. Estonia restored its independence in 1991, known as the Singing Revolution, that was inspired by more than century-old song festival tradition. Also the Baltic chain, when more than 2 million citizens of Baltic states came out on the streets and joined more than 600 kilometer long human chain from Tallinn to Lithuanian capital city Vilnius. Today's Estonia is a thriving and forward-looking member state of EU and NATO, where you can vote online and start your own business in less than half an hour. Many have done so already, including the founders of Skype and TransferWise.
Blackwell and Stolberg identify three types of culture: past-oriented, present-oriented, and future-oriented. Past-oriented culture is concerned with the past or history, ancient culture, for example, Egypt. Present-oriented culture focuses on today, for example, Brazil. Future-oriented culture is concerned with the future, for example, Estonia. Time perception can be divided into two, sequential and synchronic. Sequential cultures see time as one line consisting of equal building blocks, for example, Estonia. In synchronic culture, time is flexible and various activity can take place at the same time, for example, Turkey. Raymond, how Estonians start their normal day?
In the daily life, Estonians get up in the morning at around 6:30 and have early breakfast. Breakfast usually consists of either porridge, traditional cottage cheese chocolate bar called kokk, or bread with the fish. The school normally starts between 8 and 9 o'clock. As the public transportation is free to charge, people prefer to use buses to go to school or work or take a walk. The lunch during the midday time is the time for business lunches or longer breaks at school for the students. For the business people, the day finishes at 6 p.m. Students finish their school at 2 or 3 o'clock. The students go to art classes and do sports after school so that at the end of the workday, the whole family can enjoy dinner together, as a family is a very important value for Estonians. Although there are quite many homeworks and chores at home to be done, children have freedom to enjoy their childhood and to meet their friends. For adults, the spa treatment is a must after stress work, and the vast variety of treatment are always accompanied by the visits to sauna. Families try to have some activities together during the weekend, either a getaway in the nature. discovering the cultural treasures of the country, or volunteering in the civic initiative project.
Talking about doing business in Estonia, there is a saying, the weather in Estonia might be unreliable, but their agreements are not. So let's take a look at the three major factors that influence doing business in Estonia. Straightforward and time efficient. Estonian businessmen tend to be straightforward and say the issues out the way they are. They want to be time efficient, and therefore the business meetings have to be short and concrete. Only the business related topics are discussed, and the problems are solved by having relatively fast discussions, with emotions and relationships being put aside. Furthermore, Estonians are always on time for meetings, so visitors are also expected to be punctual. Generally, it is a good idea to arrive about 5 to 10 minutes beforehand your appointment in order to give yourself time to prepare for the meeting. Your Estonian counterparts will do the same. If you anticipate being late, it is advisable to call ahead and explain and apologize for your lateness. They have a saying, time is money, and in describing it as an economic resource, time is clearly very important to them. Be aware of this, since being very late can adversely affect what might otherwise have been a good business partnership. Last but not least, the corporate social responsibility. In Estonia, a relatively new concern is the topic of corporate social responsibility. The new generation of Estonians is conscious of this and is keen to contribute to the development of a fair society in which corporate social responsibility plays a vital role. There are several organizations, like the Good Deed Foundation, which develop and promote corporate social responsibility in Estonia.
The e-residency and e-Estonia highly secure national information systems are perfect solutions for residents and non-residents. This helps managing time in both personal and business life. The following video demonstrates the benefits of being part of e-Estonia.
Hello, I'm Tina. I live in a digital society of e-Estonia. I use my electronic ID card to access public and private services online, like filing my taxes and checking my son's progress in school. My husband has used his card to register his new business, my father to apply for a farming subsidy, and my mother to view her health records at home. And I can pick up her medications using my card. So our lives have become so much easier.
Taking a closer look at the time concept in business, I would like to share with you my personal experience as I work in our family's company. The partnership contracts and other types of business-related documents are usually signed online, therewith being more efficient and saving time on meeting partners in person. One of our partners abroad became an e-resident of Estonia, which enables him to sign our contracts and invoices within seconds without sending anything on paper. Furthermore, we have business meetings with our partners on Skype, which was developed in Estonia, to maximize the efficiency, as we do not have time to travel to the other cities and regions to see them. Innovative digital solutions allow businesses to lead their paperless work and, for example, to provide the governmental institutions financial information safely through online systems. To sum it all up, let's take a look at some unknown interesting facts about Estonia.
aitäh kuulamast!